Hello everybody, my name is Dratnos and welcome to my weekly Vault video. Now this week, Blizzard has said that they have slightly messed up and there's currently a bug in the game where you can get duplicate items in your vault. Now it would be probably better for me to not open my vaults until they fix that because they said any change was likely to not be retroactive here. But I think it would be cool. It would be cool to get a limited edition bugged vault. Now, the problem with that is a lot of my characters don't have multiple good items on the same row available, or they only have like 2. So the chances of us getting one of those bugs are pretty low, but let's see if we can make it happen. I think that would be pretty cool. So up first is my Paladin. A lot of my add-ons are currently off because new patch, they were bugging out a little bit when I logged in earlier, so I just turned all of them off for now. Or all of them that weren't up to date, that is. So this character did 4 mythic bosses. So we've got 2 slots in the mythic raid slot, and I didn't even do a key on this guy. I got distracted by last epoch, so a lot of my vaults are a lot smaller this week. We have 4 mythic bosses. Could be a Titan. Oh wait, I got a Titan of Industry. Hang on. Let's. I need a chrome-bustable bomb suit still though. Yeah, I got one of these from raid last week. But yeah, I need a chrome-bustable bomb suit now. That's the mythic item that I still need to be in tank loot spec for. Maybe I could get 2 of them. Okay, I don't get 2 of them. There's a verse avoidance miniature roulette wheel. That's a cool item. Unfortunately, of all the tank specs, Prop Paladin is the one that likes verse kind of the least, because Mastery tends to just be a better version of verse. Prop Paladin also really likes haste, and this ring has none of that. Now, luckily, this ring has a little bit of haste, but it has a lot of crit. The thing is, so basically I'm deciding between a higher eye level base here and having a little bit of avoidance on it. Or I could just take the socket out of this one. I think I might end up just taking the socket. Like, neither of these rings are really what I'm looking for on this character. Although if I don't take these rings, what am I saying? I'm saying I'm waiting for like Jaster Diamond and then an M+ ring, because I think those are the only options from the raid. I guess I could get a better roulette wheel, but if I get a better roulette wheel, it's going to have to come from my vault, right? Yeah, because so definitely I would take a Jaster Diamond, right? If I could get a Jaster Diamond, I'd take one of those, but otherwise I'm going to need a ring from my M+ rows, so maybe I should just take the crit haste ring, because crit haste is at least going to be good for damage. Yeah. All right, I've talked myself into taking this ring. It's myth track at least, right? Even though Cersei Circlet and stuff is good. I don't know. I feel like this is probably worth taking. All right, here is my DK. My DK is the character that's kind of the candidate for getting the Harbinger or the Gilded achievement, Gilded of the Undermine achievement. So really hoping that I pick something out of my vault. I did 1 key, but I also did 4 mythic bosses, which include the One-Armed Bandit. But the problem is I kind of already have the good One-Armed Bandit loot. So what I could use is like... Well, I guess the best thing would be the cloak. The very rare cloak from Sprocket. Failing that, like the bracers from Sprocket. Those sorts of things would be good. Okay, we've got a mythic helmet. This is 2 upgrade steps, which is definitely nice. On the other hand, there's a leech-strapped rescue keg. I think I can't pass this up. It's got leech on it, which is poggers, and it's got it's a very haste heavy necklace, which those are kind of hard to come by, right? If we're looking at the raid necklaces, there's a good one from Rick Reverb that is also haste heavy, but this item is in such high demand, like basically everybody in the raid wants that stupid thing. And then the other one is like a mastery heavy necklace. It's also mastery. It's got a little bit of haste on it, but yeah, I think that this strapped rescue keg is what I'm going to go for here. Tier is nice. It's a good tier slot. It's more item levels, so this actually would progress me more quickly by 15 Gilded Crests towards the achievement. But I think I care about that less than I care about this is going to be a better item week 1 of next tier, and that is important to me on my tanks, that I have, you know, a slightly better item on the character going into the new tier, and for the rest of this patch. Both of those things are more important to me, because I'll get that crown, right? Like, getting a dreadful tier helmet is not particularly hard. All right, up next is my DH. My DH did a singular keystone. I didn't even do enough delves and stuff to take a socket if we miss here, so we're going to be very sad if we don't hit out of this keystone. Loot spec is going to stay Vengeance, because I would like the Priory Trinket. 1 copy of the Priory Trinket would make me very happy. I already have it on a bunch of my other tanks. Instead, we've got a mythic, Avoidance Helmet. Okay, so because I can't take a full socket anyways, I'll just take the Avoidance upgrade on the helmet. This is also, it's good stats, but I'm probably going to catalyze this one anyways and just say, okay, that's plus Avoidance on the helmet. Again, this is an item that's going to make me stronger at the start of next tier on one of my tanks, which I do value. All right, here's my monk. I can't see the item levels on my items, so I don't really know what I need. Let's see. It looks like it's like shoulders, necklace. Ooh, one of these glowtorks could go kind of crazy. I did do the first 2 bosses of Raid, which don't really have anything that this character needs. So, yeah. All right, let's see what we got here. One flickering glow. I did a key as well. So, loot spec is Brewmaster. That's got to be wrong. Let's go. Oh no, wait. We want the Priory Trinket. Okay, fine. We'll stay tank loot spec. That Priory Trinket is good. Okay, we've got the once again we're being offered. This is the second time this character's been offered this item, the shift stick. Now the shift stick is good for Windwalker, but it's pretty bad for Brewmaster. Alternatively, there's Myth Track Pants, which that's got to be good, right? Oh, and then there's the Befouler's Syringe in the Delve slots of the vault. I remember when there was a big deal about this item at the start of the last season or something. I don't have the transmog yet on it as well, so missed out on some transmog by passing that. But ooh, this is good as well because I didn't enchant my old pants, and now I've saved on enchanting that. Wow, all of my keybinds from all my mods and stuff are gone, so I hope I remember to enchant it. But let me just catalyze it before I forget as well. Hopefully I have a catalyst charge. Yeah, all right. I don't think we get a catalyst charge this week. I think this week's a spark week, and then next week is a catalyst week because they're desynced after. They were going to be synced this season, but then Blizzard gave us that extra half spark, and now they're desynced again. All right, here's my warrior. I think this is the last character that could get the bug because I did do 2 mythic vault slots. We did 5 bosses of mythic actually, and stopped on bandit in our alt run. So yeah, loot spec should not be prot because I don't really want the prot stuff. Like I could technically long-term. I don't even long-term want the items off of Rick. Rick has a shield and a one-hander, but I would like the Galliwick shield and the Mugsy one-hander anyways. So yeah, let's just go loot spec arms. Try not to loot any garbage, weird tank stuff. Hopefully not loot a two-hander either. Okay, well, there's the two-hander that we were trying not to loot. There is Myth Track gloves, so we're going to end up taking that. There's also a Hero Track helmet, which I don't have the transmog for, but presumably I can catalyze into that at some point. Either way, a nice little champion to Myth Track bump, plus 30 crests as well. Or I guess, yeah, because it's 665, right? So depending on how you think about it. Although this character is kind of entering the point where I probably don't want to spend my gildeds for a while. The thing is, this character is actually in my guild alt run, which we kind of need to spend. So on most of my characters, I'm trying to save until I get the gilded achievement on my DK, or maybe my paladin. But on my warrior, because I'm doing alt mythic, and that's like progression-y kind of, right? I want that character to be as strong as possible, so I've been sending most of my crests as I get them to make that character just a little bit stronger. Okay, here's my druid. My druid actually could technically get the bug as well because I have 1 mythic and 2 heroic slots in the vault. So maybe we've got a chance at seeing the bug again here. Loot spec, yeah, balance is fine because I kind of would like a Moonkin, weapon, a Resto weapon or something. But hopefully just like pants or something. Ooh, darn, a Hero Track House of Cards. That's pretty exciting. Okay, I guess we're going to go with the Buzzer Beater here. And then maybe play it along with, well, yeah, we could take the Socket as well. I guess the Socket's a lot better for tanking. Yeah, I'll try and find some two-hander for if I ever want to heal keys or something like that. Because I do want the Sockets. That'll make this guy better. If there was a two-handed intellect weapon there, I would have taken it. But I'm not sure there actually was one from the first 2 bosses of the raid. I don't think there is. So, yeah, okay. The only one is off of Sprocket or Bandit, I guess. So I guess when I opened this in Balance Loot Spec, that didn't really make much sense, huh? Wow, my bags look awful out when I don't have the mod on that makes them, look sort of playable. Let's just... I can't get on my auction house mount. I don't have the keybind for it. All right, it's over. Whatever. Hopefully I remember to put a socket in this thing whenever I log back in with all my add-ons back on. All right, here's my mage. My mage did 1 keystone. What we're really looking for is chest piece, because right now I'm still on veteran track chest piece. That would be really nice to upgrade out of. Instead, we get another mythic shoulder. I did do some heroic raid, and there's a Mr. Lockenstock here, but I don't think that is... I don't think that's going to be better than a socket on hero track, like long term. Yeah, I've got some mythic stuff to socket. Whatever, I know this trinket's not bad. My trinkets are kind of bad right now, but I can't bring myself to take a hero track item. I don't want to. Let's just take a socket. All right, here's my Shaman. My Shaman did 1 key, so yeah, chances are... I actually don't have enough to take a socket as well here if we miss, but we're not going to miss. We're going to find something crazy good here. Signal of the Priory Mythic, okay. That's pretty good. I mean, all things considered, that's probably a pretty good item. That's probably pretty good for like LE or Enhance or something. I don't know. I guess my trinkets are kind of... It's probably better than a Suspicious Energy drink. It's probably not a particularly good trinket for Resto, but whatever. It's a mythic trinket. It's a good trinket. I don't know if it's good for the other specs, but I'm sure it's fine. It's got to be better than 2/3 of a socket, right? All right, here's my Rogue. Rogue's gear is actually pretty good. No veteran track left over on this guy. I guess what we'd want is like maybe a myth track dagger, although I'm not even sure I necessarily want to replace these Everforged stabbers right now. So yeah, I guess like helmet, chest piece, those kind of things. Okay, a crit mastery cloak. This actually is not even an immediate upgrade over the Treasure Seeker's shawl, because it's got more crit than mastery, but like, so mastery is a better stat for me, I believe, and this would move me towards crit and away from mastery. But what I can do is upgrade the shawl for free because of that, and then just wear that at 662, hero 5 out of 6, until I eventually get a bunch of extra crests and get the achievement. Ooh, or I could just catalyze cloak, because cloak catalyzes into mastery heavy, so yeah, I don't know. For right now, let me just go and put the upgrade in, and then we can figure it out later. I think short term we'll just do this, and then... Oh, I don't have a lot of Valor Stones on this guy, so that could be... The decision I made there is one that is Valor Stone inefficient, but it's probably good for everything else. But I just got to make sure that I do some of the stupid stuff to get Valor Stones on my Rogue. All right, so my Priest did a first 2 Mythic. We did a... the meta these days is like you do Cauldron first because you can sneak out the back of the hotel, and then you come back and do Vexy because Vexy is easier, and you're less likely to have the group like fall apart after Vexy if you do it in that order. So there's a little tip if you're ever pugging Mythic until they fix getting out of the hotel before killing Vexy. But yeah, okay, we want, I guess, chest piece. A chest piece would be the big thing. It's only Mythic Raid, only 1 Mythic Raid slot here, so the chances are kind of bad because there's not a lot of particularly good loot from Vexy and Cauldron. The most likely upgrade would just be gloves. Ooh, okay, pants, catalyzable pants. Actually, not even necessarily something we want to catalyze here. Haste Mastery pants. These things are probably just bits. This is probably the best thing we could have got here. Although, would it have been too much to ask for a little bit of leech? I don't know. Either way, that's a pretty good outcome. Got to remember to put a spell thread on it, which is going to be hard, but. Yeah, I can't get on my auction house mount. I don't have the keybind for it. There's just no other way to do it. It can't be done. So there we go. All right, now these last 3 characters all just have 1 keystone completed. So we're going to see if we can spike something good on them. Here's my Evoker, which badly needs either shoulders or helmet. These are 2 of the last 3 veteran track items on my account are on my Evoker. Instead, we get a Ritual Bone Band, a Verse Mastery ring. Now, I've already got one of these stupid rings on my Mage, but that one at least has a tertiary. These stats are not particularly exciting, but whatever. We'll take it for eye level anyways, and maybe at some point in the future, once I have the Gilded achievement, I can sink some crest into that guy. All right, here's the Warlock. Again, 1 keystone. Only thing we could see... Okay, Trash Master's Mantle. At least it's eye level upgrade. It's a versatility heavy cloak which is not especially good, right? I mean, it's literally only got Verse on it. Verse tends to be the worst stat in the game. A quick rule of thumb is that just like historically and in general, Verse is not a good stat for casters. That has been not true a few times, but it's almost always not good for like all the Clothies, every single spec of Clothy, but just most casters in general. Now, what we can do, however, is check the catalyst on it. It becomes crit verse, which is a little bit less bad than pure verse, but is still not particularly good. The thing is, it's upgrading a crit mastery cloak, so it won't even be that bad of an upgrade. But I think once again, for right now, we're just gonna throw the upgrade into the existing cloak so that I don't have to re-enchant anything, and we'll figure it out later. Or more realistically, we'll discover we have a Myth Track cloak in our bags many months down the line by surprise. All right, final character is the Hunter. This character did a key. Loot spec can go back to BM because I got a survival weapon last vault from first 2 Mythic. This character, yeah, I guess chest piece, helmet, pants, the old reliables. I wouldn't mind taking a better gun, but I'd kind of be annoyed because I have my embellishment there right now. Okay, ooh. Okay. Yeah, Leech Helmet. We're going to be very excited about that. That's great. Anytime, I mean, Helmet was one of the slots we wanted, right? A nice high stat budget tier slot. With Leech as well. That is pretty good. Hopefully I have a Catalyst charge for that thing. If not, I'll just upgrade my existing one for now, but would like to get that Leech going. Leech not particularly good for BM, but I want to play MM on this guy. And MM does benefit nicely from Leech. And yeah, we have 2 Catalyst charges on this character. So, bang. That's good. That's 2 transmogs as well. I needed both of those mogs. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah. All right. A good one to end the week. So we took a couple of sockets. We didn't get any bugged vaults, but the chances of bugged vaults were pretty low because my vaults are wide rather than deep, right? So you needed a deep vault to have a good chance of seeing the bug. I did see a screenshot of somebody. You guys will see. Hang on. While we were recording this video in my guild Discord, this screenshot got linked. So at least this wasn't us. This is a pretty funny thing that happened with the bug this week, though. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope your vaults were good. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.